Hey everybody, hello and welcome back to our channel Info Island. So guys, आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक होने वाला है, it's kind of very informative and useful for all of you all who are preparing for the competitive exams, who are undergoing already these competitive exams that are ongoing. For example, SSC CGL has already started from the 14th of July. So all of you all who are indulge in the preparation in your daily preparation to boost up the level of your preparation, we have thought of brought up this particular video for in order to help you guys in that. Apart from the aspirants, if we talk about the normal citizens of our nation, for example, everybody who is living there in India and outside India who are Indians, they are very excited for the mission Chandrayaan-3. So the Chandrayaan-3 has already become very popular and historic, और हमारे जो देश विदेश की जनता है काफी उत्सुक है इस मिशन को लेकर. तो उस चीज से रिलेटेड आपको जानकारी देने के लिए हम ये वीडियो लेकर आए हैं. एंड टू ऐड वन मोर थिंग, हम चंद्रयान 3 का एक प्रीवियसली हमारे चैनल पर वीडियो अपलोड कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी रिसेंटली, which was a Hindi version of this particular video that we are going to start today. So for all of you all who are comfortable with the Hindi version, they can go ahead and watch the Hindi version provided by us recently on our channel, and it is available there. And the people who wanted, we were asked to upload English version of the same video, so we just thought of coming up with the English version. So today, what are we gonna do is we are going to talk about Chandrayaan 3 and the everything related to Chandrayaan 3, Chandrayaan 2, and possible things related to this lunar exploration. So guys, as you all know that this Chandrayaan 3 is India's third lunar exploration mission. And the Chandrayaan-3 mission is the successor to the Chandrayaan-2 missions, which has already happened. So Chandrayaan-2 mission included an orbiter, a lander, and a rover. Although the Chandrayaan-2 mission was successful in placing an orbiter around the moon, the lander and rover did not operate as intended. So what happened, why it did not work out? Because the rover did not operate as intended, as the scientists wanted it to, and the GPS thing did not work very well, and we could not get the things from there. So the Chandrayaan-3 mission, if we talk about the Chandrayaan-3 mission, so this aims to build upon the success of its predecessor and land a rover on the lunar surface. So right now, what the scientists are expecting, they want the soft landing to be happening by the rovers and the lander. So what happens is this rover, which will weigh approximately 100 and 100 kg and above, will be equipped with scientific instruments, which has been already done by the scientists to study the composition of the lunar soil and the existence of water on the moon. So basically, जो हमारे scientists हैं वो इस lunar exploration से क्या चाहते हैं? They actually want to know about कि चांद पर पानी, मतलब इन मोटे मोटे अगर हम वर्ड्स में बोले कि सर्वाइवल वहां पर पॉसिबल है या नहीं. They want to know the composition of the lunar soil and if the water, if the life sustains there, exists there or not. So if we talk about the lander which will carry the rover to the lunar surface will be designed to withstand the harsh lunar environment. So whatsoever the environment will be there, the lunar will be able to. So guys, before starting, let's know something about Chandrayaan-3 mission itself. So India's space agency has launched a rocket that will attempt to land a spacecraft at the lunar south pole, which is an unprecedented feat that would advance India's position as a major space power. Television footage on Friday showed, we all have seen that particular thing that happened on Friday. So Chandrayaan 3 launched on 14th of July 2023. So as you guys must have seen, that television footage on Friday has showed the Indian Space Research Organization's LVM3 launch rocket blast off from the country's main spaceport at Sriharikota in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh, leaving behind a plume of smoke and fire. And of course, the curiosity among all of the scientists, among all of the Indians, among all of the people who were present there and watching the launch thing happening. The Chandrayaan-3 mission, moon vehicle, so the name is also known as moon vehicle in Sanskrit, is designed to deploy a lander and rover near the moon's south pole on about August 23. So as of now, अभी तक ये अनुमान लगाया जा रहा है कि 23 अगस्त तक हमारे जो दक्षिण जो ऑर्बिट है वहां पर हमारा जो लैंडर है और जो रोवर है they will like deploy there. Only three other space agencies apart from India, like apart from Indian Space Agency, apart from Indian ISRO, the United States, the former Soviet Union, and China, they have touched down a lander on the moon's surface by now. So if in we all are though we all are expecting that yes it will be a successful mission, the Chandrayaan 3 mission would be a very successful mission. So if it accomplishes, then India is going to be the very fourth, I mean, at fourth number to touch and to land on the moon's surface. None of the country as of now has landed near the lunar south pole. So if the Chandrayaan 3 is going to land near the lunar south pole, then India is going to become the very first country to do that. The third Chandrayaan includes a 2-meter tall lander, which is designed to deploy a rover near the lunar south pole, where it is expected to remain functional for 2 weeks, running a series of experiments. And yes, it will go under a lot of experiments, under a lot of things that the scientists are going to view and have a vision of that as the things are moving and the things are happening as per the plans or not. ISRO's Chandrayaan-2 mission that happened in 2020 successfully deployed an orbiter, but its lander and rover they were destroyed in a crash near where the Chandrayaan-3 will attempt a touchdown. Upon touchdown, the rover will roll off the lander named Vikram, which means valor in Sanskrit, and explore the nearby area, gathering images to be sent back to Earth for analysis. The rover, named Pragyan, so the name of the lander is Vikram, which is similar to the as to the Chandrayaan 2, and the rover name is named Pragyan. So the lander named is Vikram and the rover name is Pragyan, which is a very important question which can come in your examination. So please learn it. So Pragyan in Sanskrit means wisdom and has a mission life of 1 lunar day or 14 Earth days. If the mission succeeds, then India will join a small group of nations comprising the United States, the former Soviet Union, and China that have made soft landings on the moon. An attempt by a Japanese startup earlier this year ended with the lander crashing due to an altitude miscalculation that meant the spacecraft ran out of fuel. So earlier this year, there was a Japanese startup, there was a Japanese, company which came up front in order to perform the task. But what happened is that the lander crashed due to some of the, altitude miscalculation. The lander crashed and the mission got aborted. An Israeli spacecraft built by Space IL and Israel Aerospace Industries, that is IAI in short, also crashed into the moon's surface earlier this year. So these are the two nations who have also tried to make an attempt to reach, to touch the moon's surface, but they tried, but and they failed. So now let's have a look at what are the similarities between the Chandrayaan-2 mission versus Chandrayaan-3 mission, and what are the differences between them two. So in terms of aspect, if we talk about components, then in Chandrayaan-2 we had an orbiter, a lander named Vikram, and a rover named Pragyan. Well, in Chandrayaan-3 we have a lander Vikram and we have a rover Pragyan, and if you guys know, we have a propulsion module also. So if we talk about orbiter, then in Chandrayaan-2 it was included in the mission, and if we talk about Chandrayaan-3, it utilizes the orbiter from Chandrayaan-2 for communications and terrain mapping. Thirdly, if we talk about the propulsion module, so in Chandrayaan-2, it was present in the orbiter itself. And if we talk about in Chandrayaan-3, it has been added. So it has been added in place of the orbiter, and it behaves like a communications relay satellite. Next, if we talk about the lander engines, then for Chandrayaan-2, it was five 800 Newton engines were present there with a centrally mounted fixed engine. And if we talk about Chandrayaan-3, so four throttle-able engines have been, deployed, and removal of the central engine. The central engine have been removed in Chandrayaan-3. If we talk about the solar panels, then for Chandrayaan-2, the solar panels on two sides of the lander were available. And if we talk about Chandrayaan-3, then solar panels are available on all four sides of the lander. If we talk about the fuel capacity, so in Chandrayaan-2, it was lesser. Obviously, we have like understand we we have reviewed all the possibilities and the difficulties and the challenges those were faced by Chandrayaan-2 mission. So now, if in Chandrayaan-3 mission that has been increased, the fuel capacity have been increased for last minute landing site changes. So just in case if we have to like change the site from like the South Pole or to some other place, then for that also we have that last minute landing site changes, we have that fuel capacity inbuilt in Chandrayaan 3. If we talk about the throttling increment, then for Chandrayaan 2, it was 20% increment. And if we talk about Chandrayaan 3, it's a 10% increment for more gradual throttling. So that's all about the comparison between the Chandrayaan 2 versus Chandrayaan 3. So in order to, have that better understanding of the two, you can have an idea with this particular image. So moving ahead in the video, let's have a look at what actually happened to Chandrayaan-2. India's space industry will be looking for redemption with this mission after the Chandrayaan-2 mission in 2020 successfully deployed an orbiter, but its lander and rover, they were destroyed in a crash. The Chandrayaan-2 mission was designed to study permanently shadowed moon craters that are thought to contain water deposits, confirmed by an earlier Chandrayaan-1 mission that happened back in the year 2008, which orbited the moon but did not land. So what happened in Chandrayaan-3, the challenges were faced by the Chandrayaan-3 mission people also. What happened in that, it successfully able to do the orbiting thing which orbited the moon, but it did not land. So just because it did not land, we could not the scientists could not able to get the images, get to know the lunar surface area of the moon, the water existence thing, and etc that they wanted to know by the mission, but they failed. Next, let's talk about where will Chandrayaan 3 land. So if everything goes as per the plan, The 43.5 meter, and in terms of foot, if we talk about, it's 143 foot Launch Vehicle Mark III, or popularly known as LVM-3, rocket will blast the spacecraft into an elliptical Earth orbit before it loops towards the moon for a scheduled landing around 23rd of August near where the Chandrayaan-2 crashed. So where the place where the Chandrayaan-2 crashed, now the people are expecting Chandrayaan-3 to make a landing there. The LVM-3 is a three-stage rocket with two solid fuel boosters and a liquid fuel core stage. The solid fuel boosters provide the initial thrust before the liquid fuel core stage ensures a sustained thrust to propel the rocket into orbit. Now let's have a look at the lander and the rover of Chandrayaan-3 mission. So the Chandrayaan-3 includes a 2 meter, that is 6.5 foot long and 2 meter tall lander, which is designed to deploy a rover near the lunar south pole, where water ice has been detected. The rover is expected to remain functional for 2 weeks, running a series of experiments, and with the help of those experiments the scientists will be able to get the things from the moon, and with the help of those images it will be able to uh, see that is there any survival possible on moon or not. Okay, now let's talk about the objectives and the key details of Chandrayaan-3 mission. The Chandrayaan-3 mission is to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing and roving on the lunar surface. So firstly, if we talk about, so obviously the safe landing is the main objective, because if the landing is not going to be happen safely and softly, then all of the plans are gonna crash. Secondly, Chandrayaan-3 is a follow-up mission to Chandrayaan-2, which is very obvious by now. And thirdly, it is configured with lander and a rover. The lander and rover configuration will be propelled by the propulsion module up to a 100-kilometer lunar orbit. Next, to examine the spectral and polarimetric data of Earth from the lunar orbit, the propulsion module is equipped with the spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth payload, which is, in short, it is known as SHAPE. The purpose of this Chandrayaan-3 mission is to collect scientific data of Moon's surface, the chemical composition of soil, and other minerals. Now let's talk about some of the key points related to Chandrayaan-3 mission that are of very much importance with the perspective of your examination. So have a look and please keep that in mind. So the organization associated, obviously it's ISRO, which is the Indian Space Research Organization. If we talk about the name of the mission, that is Chandrayaan-3. If we talk about the type of mission, then it's a lunar mission, a moon mission. There are several other names also. Lunar exploration, you can call; exploration of the moon, you can call. So that is the type of mission. Next, if we talk about the purpose of mission, then the purpose is to collect the scientific data of moon's surface, the chemical composition of soil present in there, and other mineral, and of course the water existence, if it is there or not. Next, if we talk about the components of Chandrayaan-3, then it includes a propulsion module, it includes a lander, and a rover. So if we talk about the payload, then it's a shape, which is a spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth. Now let's talk about the launch date, time, and place of Chandrayaan-3, which should be known by almost every aspirant. So all the aspirant, they must know the full details about the Chandrayaan-3 launch date, time and place, as in many upcoming exams, there are very high chances of questions regarding the Chandrayaan-3 launch date, time and place, and of course the other things related to Chandrayaan-3 also. But at first they can, there are chances that you might just come across any of the question coming of the launch date, time and place of Chandrayaan-3. So Chandrayaan-3 launch date, if we talk about the launch date, it's 14th of July 2023. Next is Chandrayaan-3 launch time. So it's a 2:35 p.m. If we talk about in terms of Indian Standard Time, it's 2:35 p.m. Next, if we talk about the launch place, then it is Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, situated in Andhra Pradesh. Next, if we talk about the Chandrayaan-3 landing date, expected to land on the lunar surface. So the expected landing date is 23rd August 2023, and it is to be expected that it is going to land on the lunar surface at 5:47 p.m. on 23rd August 2023. Next, if we talk about the budget that was involved in the making of Chandrayaan-3 in terms of Indian rupees in INR, and yes, all the candidates, they must know the Chandrayaan-3 budget in Indian rupees also. And with the exam point of view, Chandrayaan-3 budget in Indian rupees will be an important questions that can be asked in several forms. So if we talk about the budget in INR, so according to ISRO, the Chandrayaan-3 budget is almost around 615 crores. After Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3 is the next mission of ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. This moon mission aims for safe landing on the moon and exploring its surface. A rocket called LVM-3 from SDSC SHAR Sriharikota will launch the lander and rover into space. The 2019 launch of Chandrayaan-2 included an orbiter, a lander, and the Pragyan rover. Unfortunately, a software error caused the plane to lose all the communication minutes before it was scheduled to land. So just from the time of its landing, just before some of the minutes before it was supposed to land on the lunar surface, it crashed, and we lost all the communications from that. It deviated of course and crashed. The orbiter is still operational and gives the organization useful data, so it wasn't a total disaster as the orbiter was safely placed in there at the lunar surface of the moon. Before Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-1 was launched in the year 2008, and it was India's first lunar mission. Now let's talk about the important people. So the masterminds after, behind the Chandrayaan-3 mission. Firstly, it's S. Somanath, who is the chairman of ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. And if we talk about the educational background of Mr. S. Somanath, so he has done BTech in mechanical engineering from TKM College of Engineering, and the place is Kollam. And he has also pursued masters in as in he has also pursued MTech in aerospace engineering from IIS, that is Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So these are the important key factors that you should know related to these important peoples, of course, important people. So yes, he has also done MTech in aerospace engineering from IIS Bangalore, specializing in structures, dynamics, and control with a gold medal. So he has also received a gold medal in the course that he has pursued. if we talk about the key people, it is Ritu Karidhal Srivastava, who is the senior scientist of ISRO. And if we talk about the educational background of Ritu Karidhal, it's she has done a BSc in physics from University of Lucknow, so she belongs from Lucknow. She has done MSc in physics from University of Lucknow again, and she has enrolled in a doctorate course in the physics department of University of Lucknow. So majorly she had pursued a lot of her courses, her educational background from University of Lucknow. Next, she has, has also pursued research. She is also a research scholar at Lucknow University for 6 months. And now that she is leading the Chandrayaan-3 mission, she is also known as Rocket Woman of India. She is also involved with the Deputy Operational Directors India's Mars Orbiter mission, that is Mangalyaan, and mission director. She is the mission director of Chandrayaan 3. Next, if we talk about the project director of Chandrayaan 3, it's P. Veera Muthuvel. In 2019, P. Veera Muthuvel took leadership of the Chandrayaan-3 project. He previously held the position of Deputy Director at the ISRO headquarters, Space Infrastructure Program Office. So earlier he used to belong to this particular uh, position at ISRO headquarters. And if we talk about the educational background, that he has graduated from the Indian Institute of Technology in Madras, that is IITM. Next, if we talk about the key people, it's S. Unnikrishnan Nayyar, who is the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, that is VSSC in short. And if we talk about the educational background, then he has pursued BTech degree in mechanical engineering from Mar Athanasius College of Engineering, affiliated with Kerala University. He has done ME in aerospace engineering from IISC Bangalore. He has also done PhD in mechanical engineering from IIT Madras, Chennai. Next, we talk about A. Raja Rajan, who is the chairman and authorization board. So, if we talk about the educational background, he has done Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering back in the year 1987. He is the director of Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, SDSC, SHAR Sri Harikota, Principal Spaceport of India. He is a recipient of ISRO Merit Award in the year 2015, which is a very prestigious award. So he is awardee of ISRO Merit also. ISRO Team Excellence Award. So he has also received ISRO Team Excellence Award in the year 2010, 11, and 15. So apart from that, member of several professional bodies. So he is a member of several professional bodies, including ISAMPE, that is ISAMPE, AESI, etc. Next, we talk about the director of URSC, that is UR Rao Satellite Center. So it's M. Sankaran. And if we talk about the educational background of M. Sankaran, so he has pursued master's degree in physics from Bharati Dasan University, Tiruchirappalli in 1986. ISRO's Performance Excellence Award, so he has also won ISRO's Performance Excellence Award back in the year 2017. He has received ISRO's Team Excellence Awards in the year 2017 and 2018. So apart from these people, like apart from the people we have talked about as the key people, so apart from them, we have Director Mohan Kumar, who is in charge of the operational aspects of Chandrayaan-3, and the vehicle director, Mr. Biju C. Thomas. So these are also the key people of the Chandrayaan-3 team. Next, if we talk about the challenges and the difficulties that the spacecraft can face to land on the moon. So, what are the possible difficulties? What are the possibilities that the landing is going to face? The spacecraft is going to face during the moon. So number one, the soft landing on the lunar surface. So it's a big question mark that is it going to be a soft landing or a harsh landing. So if it's going to be a harsh landing, then our mission is gonna, get unsuccessful. But if it going to have a soft landing, then it is going to go with the plans of the scientists. Then there are possibilities that the mission gets successful. Second big challenge is navigating lunar dust and uneven terrain. Thirdly, it's deep space communication. So now let's have a detailed analysis of the challenges and the risk associated with the landing thing. So firstly, as we talk about the soft landing on the lunar surface, so achieving a soft landing on the moon is a complex and high risk endeavor due to factors such as the moon's uneven terrain, low gravity, and lack of atmosphere. The lander must perform a series of braking maneuvers to reduce its velocity and altitude while simultaneously maintaining stability and avoiding obstacles on the lunar surface. Chandrayaan-2's lander, Vikram, failed to achieve a soft landing due to a software glitch, highlighting the challenges involved in the critical phase of the mission. Next, if we talk about the navigating thing, so navigating lunar dust and uneven terrain is also a main challenge. The lunar surface is covered in a layer of fine dust called regolith, which can pose challenges for the rover's mobility and the operation of its instruments. Lunar dust can adhere to surfaces, obstructing cameras and solar panels, and cause mechanical issues in moving parts. The uneven terrain of the moon, with its craters, hills, and boulders, can also pose challenges for the rover's navigation and stability. Next, if we talk about Chandrayaan-3 rover named Pragyan, Pragyan is designed to navigate this challenging environment using a combination of cameras, sensors, and a six-wheel drive system for enhanced mobility. Next and the last difficulty is deep space communication. So, communicating with a spacecraft on the moon requires advanced technology and infrastructure in order to ensure reliable and continuous communication over the vast distance between Earth and the moon. Chandrayaan-3 relies on the Indian Deep Space Network, that is IDSN, for communication with mission control on Earth. The mission also utilizes the orbiter from Chandrayaan-2 as a relay satellite for communications between the lander, rover, and Earth. Deep space communication is susceptible to interference from solar activity, cosmic radiation, and other factors which can affect the quality and the reliability of the communication link. Now let's talk about the importance of lunar exploration. So why this particular mission was so important, and why the scientists spent a lot of money in this particular exploration mission. So the moon is a geological time capsule that preserves a record of the early geological evolution of a rocky planet, including planetary differentiation and magma ocean processes. Lunar exploration has advanced human knowledge in areas such as the origin and evolution of the Earth Moon system, the geological evolution of rocky planets, and our local cosmic environment. The moon's proximity makes it a great testbed for technologies required for deep space exploration, including putting humans on Mars. Lunar exploration can also help assess the moon's potential for resources and human habitation. Now let's have a deep knowledge of the lander and the rover of Chandrayaan-3. So firstly, what are the names? Because as it is the another important question that can be asked in the examination is the Chandrayaan-3 lander and the rover name. So the Chandrayaan-3 lander name is Vikram, as we have told you earlier also, and Chandrayaan-3 rover name is Pragyan. So if we talk about the design components of Chandrayaan-3, then it basically comprises of three components. Firstly, it has a propulsion module. Secondly, it has a lander available in it. Thirdly, it has a rover. So if we talk about the propulsion module that is available in Chandrayaan-3, the lander and a rover configuration will be propelled by the propulsion module up to 100 kilometers lunar orbit. Chandrayaan-3 propulsion module is a box-like structure with one sizable solar panel positioned on one side and a sizable cylinder serving as the lander's mounting structure on top, the intermodular adapter cone. So if we talk about the propulsion module ahead, so it also has a payload dubbed SHAPE, which is a spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth that measures Earth's spectral and polarimetric properties from an orbit around the moon. Next, if we talk about the lander, the Chandrayaan-3 lander is responsible for the soft landing on the moon. Chandrayaan-3 lander has four landing legs and four 800 Newton landing thrusters, and it is also box shaped. It will transport the rover and other scientific tools for on site investigation. Unlike Vikram on Chandrayaan-2, which had five 800 Newton engines, with a fifth one being centrally installed with a fixed thrust, the Chandrayaan-3, on the other hand, has a lander which will only have four throttle-able engines. The Chandrayaan-3 lander will also be fitted with an LDV, or popularly known as Laser Doppler velocimeter. In comparison to Chandrayaan-2, the impact lags have been strengthened and instrument redundancy has been increased. Now, if we talk about Chandrayaan-3 rover, so it includes a six-wheeled design. Weight is 26 kilograms, and if we talk about that in pounds, it's 57 pounds. If we talk about the range, it has a range of 500 meters, and in terms of feet, it is 1,640 feet. Scientific instruments, including cameras, spectrometers, and a drill, available in the rover. And the expected lifespan of a rover, it is 1 lunar day. And if we talk about in terms of Earth days, it is 14 Earth days. Communication, so how the communication is going to happen. So communication with the lander and ground control team in India is going to happen with the help of this rover. The Chandrayaan-3 rover is expected to make the following important scientific discoveries. And it includes, firstly, lunar surface composition. Secondly, the availability of water, ice in the lunar soil. Thirdly, the history of lunar impacts. And fourthly, the evolution of the moon's atmosphere. The Chandrayaan-3 rover represents a significant advancement for India's space program. It is a reflection of the nation's expanding technological prowess and is certain to make a significant addition to our knowledge of the moon. So now if we talk about that, how far has it reached? So Chandrayaan-3 completes fourth orbit raise above Earth. The Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft has successfully performed another orbit raising maneuver around Earth. This is the fourth in a series of 5 such maneuvers and was performed at 6:45 a.m. on 20th of July. The Indian Space Research Organization mentioned that in a statement recently. So, the orbit raising maneuvers are designed to send the spacecraft further away from Earth while increasing its speed. The next orbit raising maneuver will be performed on 25th of July, following which Chandrayaan-3 will be inserted into a course towards the moon. So guys, as we saw that Chandrayaan-3 mission represents a significant milestone for India's space program and for the world's continued exploration of space. The success of the mission will be a testament to the hard work and the dedication of the scientists and engineers available at the Indian Space Research Organization, who have put a lot of hard work and their science and technology and every knowledge that they possess in this particular Chandrayaan-3 mission. The scientific experiments and research conducted by the Chandrayaan-3 mission will help deepen our understanding of the moon and the universe as a whole. As India continues to push the boundaries of space exploration, the success of the Chandrayaan-3 mission will undoubtedly inspire future generations to dream big and pursue their passion in science and technology to receive that kind of fame that they actually wanted. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel Info Island, and follow us for more such informative videos, and watch out all other videos available on our channel Info Island, as they are definitely going to help you guys in your examination. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Let's stay together. Let's keep learning, keep sharing, and keep supporting each other. Thank you so much for watching.